Hi, I'm Niko Ana, and today we're going to talk about something that I get a question about a lot when I'm working with a client who's trying to determine if they're in a relationship or have been in a relationship with someone who's suffering from a narcissistic personality disorder. And that question is, what if I'm wrong about this? So I just want to say thank you for tuning into my channel. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so now just by clicking that button below and get notifications, hit the bell. So let's just dive into this question. All right, so you're here on my channel because you're asking yourself some questions, you've got some suspicions, or maybe you're really fully sure that you're dealing with someone or have been dealing with someone who may be suffering from a narcissistic personality disorder. You've done the quizzes, you've read books, you've watched YouTube videos, you've done a whole bunch of stuff, or maybe this is your first time to start delving into this. But either way, I know how you feel, and I know you're in here kind of a little trepidation and maybe some uncertainty and some doubt. Maybe even kind of hoping that you'll find out, oh no, in fact, this isn't what I'm dealing with, because right? Because who wants to find out that this is what they're dealing with? It's kind of a painful thing. No, it's a seriously painful thing to really be looking at. So what I want to say to you, first of all, is this, okay? Ultimately, I don't believe it matters whether you are right or wrong, okay? I don't believe it truly matters. The label itself is not what really matters here. The label of a narcissist or a narcissistic personality disorder is really just a way for you to get a handle on a set of behaviors that have been put into a category and then put into a diagnostic manual for counselors and psychologists and licensed mental health professionals to be able to diagnose someone with an actual mental illness. And since we're not mental health professionals and we're not trying to counsel people who might or might not be narcissists, ultimately it doesn't matter. We're not trying to diagnose or treat anyone. We're trying to help ourselves get a handle on something that has been completely unmanageable or unhandleable previous to this. So what I want to invite you to consider is that, let's just say that maybe you find there's some behaviors here that could be red flags. You're dealing with narcissism. Maybe you don't find a lot. And maybe you doubt yourself. Well, what if it's not? Well, so if that's the case, what I want to say to you is that those behaviors that you're looking at still aren't healthy. Whether or not this person might have a disorder or not, you're still suffering. You're still experiencing a toxic dynamic. You're still losing vital life force energy. You're still being mined for your energy and abused on some level, somehow, some way, mental, emotional, physical, financial. So no matter what the label you put on it, I just want to urge you to remember that what we're looking at here is behaviors and ways of being that are not healthy for us in a relationship. So with that being said, I'm going to say also this to you. It is very, very hard to wrap your head around something like a person who you thought loved and cared about you, a person who you thought you could trust, a person who you thought had your back. And then you realize maybe that they hadn't all this time and you just weren't willing to see it, or you couldn't see it. Or maybe it seems like it's changed overnight and all of a sudden it's not true. Either way, what's happening now is you're feeling betrayed, you're feeling angry, you're feeling shame and guilt. You're probably pretty mad at yourself as well as the person you think might be a narcissist. And so it takes a lot of sorting out, and it takes a lot of time and patience. So again, here's my answer, is that ultimately it doesn't matter whether you're right or wrong. What matters is you're looking at behaviors that aren't healthy, and you're defining what you will and won't tolerate in a relationship. So it's about you. Keep the focus on yourself. Keep doing your inner work. Heal your inner child. Look back at your family system. Start to do the work to heal your nervous system, because if this is something you're dealing with, your nervous system has been really disturbed over time. Your nervous system is probably on edge all the time. It's going to take a while to heal your nervous system. And that's the first thing you want to start doing. Why don't we jump in and do some tapping now? And I've had some people actually request that we do some tapping in these videos. I know a lot of you like the information, but also many of you in my audience are people who use tapping or EFT. So you can just take off if you don't want to do the tapping, but I encourage you to stay. So let's do real quick tapping together, okay? So just tapping on the side of your hand here. We're going to do just a little quick setup statement. And, you know, even though I'm worried I might be wrong about this. How does that sound? If you're watching this, that's probably true for you. So even though I'm worried I might be wrong, what if I'm wrong? Well, I might love and accept myself anyway. Even though I might be wrong about this, I'm worried. What if I'm wrong? I might forgive myself. So what if I'm wrong? Even though I'm worried I might be wrong about this, I'm also willing to consider that maybe I want to be wrong about this. All right, let's tap on the top of the head. What if I'm wrong? Eyebrow points. What if I'm wrong about this? Side of the eye. I could be wrong. Under the eye. Oh my God, what if I'm wrong about this? That is so scary. Through the nose. I can't be wrong. It is not safe to be wrong about this. On the chin. Or maybe it's not safe to be right about this. Collarbone. I don't want to be right about this either. Let's go under the arm. Part of me wants to be wrong. Top of the head. But the other part of me knows I'm probably right. Yeesh. Eyebrow. I don't want to be right. We want to be right about this. Side of the eye. But what if I am right? Ooh, what am I going to do then? Under the eye. If I'm right about this, I'm going to have to do something about it. Through the nose. I don't want to have to deal with this. On the chin. I don't want to have to deal with being right about this. But another part of me knows, under the arm, I'm right about this. I'm probably right about this. Top of the head. And even if I'm not, eyebrow point, I know I need to deal with this problem. Side of the eye. I know this behavior isn't healthy no matter what you call it. Under the eye. This is not working for me no matter what you call it. Under the nose. I'm willing to let myself be right. Chin. And I'm willing to let myself be wrong. Collarbone. Either way, it's time for me to heal. Either way, it's time for me to set some boundaries. Top of the head. Either way, it's time for me to choose emotionally healthy and safe relationships. Eyebrow. I have a lot of work to do. I have a long way to go. Side of the eye. I'm scared. I don't know what's going to happen. Under the eye. It's scary. It's unknown. Under the nose. But I'm willing to consider I'm not alone. Chin. I'm not alone. And I know this is my time. I'm willing to be right. I'm willing to be wrong. Under the arm. But what I'm not willing to do is to continue to put up with this toxic and healthy behavior. Put your hands on your heart and breathe with me. Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. But I hope you found that tapping helpful. And if you want to learn more about how to work with me, additionally, and in addition to watching these YouTube videos, look at the information below. I have a community that you can consider joining, where you can be with other people who are healing from narcissistic abuse trauma and want to be a beneficial presence in the world and want to truly find their true unlimited potential in life. So I hope you visit us, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.